Hi, I'm Mike Thompson. I got an awful lot of 4x8 sheets of plywood out there on the patio that I need to move somewhere else. I'm out of room here in the shed, so let me show you what I came up with. The first thing I thought of was this simple hinging device on the studs that would store the sheets overhead and you'd just raise with a rope. But you lose headroom and you also don't get any wall space over there. The second system rode on tracks that were screwed into the joists. This way it came forward as it rotated down, but you still have the problem of loss of overhead space and a lot of darkness over there, unless I were to mount lights underneath, which would then lose even more headroom. I finally decided to build a tiny little sheet shed on the back of my shed. This way, not only would I be able to store some of the sheets, but I'm actually going to use some of the sheets that I intended to store, thus kind of solving two problems at once.
I first ripped a 1x6 lengthwise, so I'd end up with something like a 1x3. Then I cut and screwed my floor joists in place. Then it was time to make sure it was perfectly level. I put a scrap piece of OSB on the top here as I leveled it, to ensure that the floorboard would be able to slide underneath the shed's T111 paneling. I always put the center screw in first when I level something, because that's the easiest way to do it. Then a couple more screws here to secure it all. Then I made my roof structure and fastened it the same way as I did the floor. Center screw first, so it's easier to work with. This front panel is homemade 1x3s with grooves cut along the edges to accept the T111 that I cut in half. A scrap piece of plywood goes on top with a 1-inch overhang in front and 2 inches on each side. Now the basic structure is complete, and it feels really solid. The material slides right in. The shed's 102 inches long, 50 inches high, and 8 inches deep. The end panels were made the same way as the front panel. Grooves in the 1x, and the T111 goes in the grooves. Well, here it is all closed up. I've got the shingles on, and I've got my door in place.
That really wasn't all that tough. Now I just need to slap a couple coats of paint on it to waterproof it. I'm Mike Thompson. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, but thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.